Morning everybody. We're in the poob, 7:20, just on my way in. We have had a little bit of rain, nothing too hectic yet, but we're due to get a lot more. The temperature's cooled right off. It's nice and fresh this morning, didn't feel so muggy when I got up. But it's nice to have a bit of a respite for a bit, because the constant high hot temperatures and stuff is just a bit of a killer. We are on the way into the shop. Thanks, bud. We are cracking on with the Yaris today. A bit more dismantling, and then I've got to kind of start doing some measuring and figuring out where stuff's going to go. And then either, well, I'll probably we'll wire everything up first. I think the building of the back will be the last thing I do, but we'll get everything installed. So kind of dismantling today, sound treatment, get the speakers fitted, run the cables, do the kind of mechanics behind the install, the important bits. Try and figure out what's going on with the stereo. Toyota has used the same kind of factory harness with it's like a big cable with your powers and the front speakers in it, and then there's a separate rear cable that just has rear speakers in it. They've had that lead for years and years and years. It's been in everything. And the Yaris has a whole new, completely different loom. So got to decide what we're doing with the SOT lead, or like the integration harness, because obviously being a 2021, manufacturers don't like soldering, they don't like wires being cut, they don't like wires being joined. So we're trying to err on the side of plugs if we can, you know, plug it in, plug it out, and then warranty stays good. But the customer knows what we're doing, so we'll have to just make the best of a bad situation, and if we have to solder, we have to solder. That's what it is. But we've got to figure out what does what first. Battery power obviously is in the boot, which is great for anyone doing a sub. You ain't got to run 2 lots of cable up and down the car, although we're doing a lot more than that, but even still. The power stays at the back next to the battery. Everything's nice and short runs. And the only thing we've got to run to and from the front is speaker and signal cable in and out. So sound treatment, fit the speakers, run some cabling front to back, figure out where everything's going, and then depending on how far we get, then start looking at amplifier location, mounting, subwoofer location, size, box, port, that kind of stuff. And then make a false floor that sits on top of all of it. So it's going to be a busy few days. It's going to be a busy, very few days. But I am excited. It is a cool car. Hope you enjoyed yesterday's video. A few more new subscribers this morning. Welcome everyone. Front and center. Get your name in the comment section. I'll give you a shout out. But yeah, we're at 16:59, I think. I last looked at it. So it's climbing. Get up to that 1700, then 18, then 2, and then 1 million. But breakfast is coming. I will see you soon.
Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys.
God, she's at it again. Fucking shut up, mate. She don't love you. Right, back in with the Yaris. Right then, peoples, this is where we're at today. So rear speaker panel is out. Look at that magnet, neodymium for the win. Not. this is our rear quarter. We are going to cover this bad boy in sound deadening as much as possible, and then we've got to do this plate, change that speaker for our coaxial, run some speaker cable, and then put it all back together. I'm also going to do the inside of the door card because these are quite flimsy as well, and potentially this base area here, because that's going to make noise where the diff is, so we'll silence that down. But this needs to be quiet, so we're going to start there. We're not going to do things like this because it's curved and it's got dimples in it, much like a dimple die on a cage. That stuff's already strong, so when you see people sound deadening things that are curved and stuff like that, there's just absolutely no point. That's not going to make noise. This will. So we're going to get on with that. Come back to you in a bit. Afternoon everyone, it's 1:10. Stuff has happened, car is in pieces, but we are making progress. So in the back we've got our rear speaker mounted and all dynamatt in on the quarter, so it's now nice and sound dead. That's better, isn't it? And then this side without the sound deadening. Bit of a difference. And then in the front as well, just finished this front door, got our speaker placed, mount made, all the sound deadening. Same on the outer panel, that's completely done. 2 big sheets of dynamatt all on the inside. We have our first tweeter mounted in its location there, and then I've got a cable running down to here, and I've got my front speaker section there which I'm going to connect into and we're going to run over to our amplifiers, which are going to sit down there. So I now need to start this side, take that quarter apart and that door, and then make them the same as this and the same as that. And then once that's done, it's kind of like you can start putting some of the interior back together, because the main sort of section of that is finished. And then put the 2 amps in, make a board, fit the 2 amps down here with the standard amp, the factory amp. Do our bass controller, that's got to go in the dash there. Wire everything through, sub cable to the back, and then the last thing we'll be doing is making our sub box and our false floor. So we changed the design a little bit. We're not putting the amps in the boot now. I'm going to put them under the side there, under the seat, because it's a factory location, all the signals are there, and it's less cable running up and down the car to cause interference or any problems. We're just going to keep it under there, out the way. So he's coming on well. He is coming on well, but temperature's starting to warm up again. I'm warm and hot and tired, so I'll see you in a bit. Hey everyone, it is 2:20, another hour later. So this side is now done. It's the rear quarter with all the soundproofing in, speaker. This one's got an extra box and an alarm module that we've just silenced, and a bit more sound deadening at the bottom to control that bracket vibration. So that one's kind of done. Just going to move on to that door, and then we can kind of put the front back together. I just want to touch on something, which has just made me chuckle. Right, I'm just gonna get over to my YouTube a second. Right, Daniel D. Right, a comment that's popped up for me. It says, "Why wouldn't you just edit it all in one go? Everyone knows everything about the car nowadays. Just starting to show work getting done. You could edit a 1 minute intro at the start and then show exactly what you did for the rest of the time. This seems like a waste of time and energy for nothing. You literally showed nothing this whole vid." Okay, so I'm going to touch on a few points, all right? The whole point of a channel, the whole point of a build is that it does it in stages, Daniel, okay? From getting the car in its basic form to showing people that have not seen the car before, and don't know anything about the car before. So we kind of introduce the car as in this is its basic format, and then we take it apart and yada yada yada. Every YouTuber does things like montages and stuff like that because it's nice to show like an arty side of things rather than just cold hard video. Sometimes it's nice to have a bit of music and a bit of artistic license in what you're filming. Now, as for the edits and wasting your time, I'm going to be gentle on you because I kind of think that you don't do YouTube yourself, otherwise you'd understand this. So I'm just going to try and explain it to you because you've hit the keyboard running and you're almost there, but not quite. Now, when you do YouTube, you need to do things for people that keep them entertained and keep them interested, okay? When we do the live stream and I'm ripping the engine out of the Lotus, we did it in about 2 hours 20 minutes, if I remember correctly. The live stream was 2 hours 20 minutes. When it's on live stream, we can actually see the people that want to be seen, as in they've shared their data on YouTube. We can see them coming and going in and out of the chat rooms. So we know who's watching and we know who's not. Now, a 2.5 hour video at peak probably saw 40 people watching it, okay? But that went up and down and up and down and up and down. You know, there was sometimes 6 people watching, there was sometimes 30 odd people watching. Really depends. You can't just stream or produce an edited video for a whole install like this. This takes 3 days, all right? And evenings. If I were to put that in a video, it would probably take me a week just to edit it, and I'd probably still end up with like a 7-8 hour video for people to watch. I can't do like a full edit from start to finish and show you different stuff in the car because it doesn't work that way. YouTube's stats would crucify me. right? People would lose interest after about 20 minutes and think, do you know what, I'm going to go and watch pigeons dancing, seagulls screaming, sheep, whatever. You can't do long videos. The ideal is between a 10 and 30-minute video. Any longer than that, people start to lose interest, unless it's something like a race or an event or something like that. It's very hard to keep people's attention. So I cannot give you a full video from start to finish of stuff that you've never seen. It's not going to happen. So I'm sorry if you feel that way. I'm not taking your comment to heart. I'm just explaining to you the fact that what you're saying is wrong. It wouldn't work. I can't do it that way because it just wouldn't work. It'd be a pointless video and it would just get boring. So I have to do it in stages. So you will see from today, or you will see from yesterday, the car coming in its basic form, then today us working on it, doing bits and bits and bits, until the point that it progresses through the stages, and then eventually when it's done, you'll have a completed video of the car sounding and looking finished. Okay? I can't do it any other way. So I'm not trying to waste your time, and I'm sorry you feel that way. But that's how it is. Many people have not seen this Yaris. Many people don't know what the GR is. Many people don't know what I do. But for now, it has to be that way. Okay? Chill. Go and have a cup of tea. Right then, everyone. At the end of the day, 5 o'clock. I'm done. Done for today. So, doors, I've just started sound deadening the front doors. Keep all the panel around where the speaker is and the vibrations down. Inside, I've ordered some more dynamatt. We've gone through a complete box already. Got the torch on charge because that thing's flat. There we go. So that's on charge. There we go. Right, so front door's done. Dynamatt, speaker, all the wiring and everything's done. We've got our tweeter panel in and cable run down and under. Let's just correct that before I forget and shut the door and trap the rubber, because that would be pretty annoying. There we go. And then in the back, both sides are done, and over this side, that side's done. I'm going to put a little bit of sound deadening there in the middle where the light is, just to keep the gearbox quiet. Maybe some on the floor and some in the boot, probably the tailgate as well. And then I've just finished this door, so that one's all now done. Sound treated, speakers in and wired, tweeter panel is down, cabling is down, and it runs under the carpet there to our connection. So a good day, really good day. I've got loads done, a lot of hard work. I'm pooped. And it's just started raining, which is nice because it's going to take the edge off of the temperature. But that's it for me today. I'm going to pack up, get my ass home, take the Chase home tonight. Get some rest. I didn't sleep much last night, it was too warm. Get some rest, come back at it bright and fresh in the morning and plough on. So tomorrow's job will be doing the amplifiers, getting all the wiring sorted for the amps. Obviously the doors and the quarters can go back on if they want to, but we're going to run some cables up and down here anyway, so I'm going to leave the rears for now. And then the last thing I'll do is, when the car's kind of back together and moving, the last thing we'll do is the sub box and the enclosure, the false floor. But for now, it's quite cool. I'm pleased with the progress, and I've got me pin-out sheet so I know what's what from the factory system. But thanks for watching, everyone. Appreciate the comments as always. I do. And I will see you bright and early in the morning for our chat and breakfast discussion. See you then. Take care. Bye.
You told me you had subscribed to ASC Audio and now you've missed an episode. No!